Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Sunday, August 31, 2025. And in the news this afternoon, police say source of Friday's bomb threats not yet determined. The police are continuing their investigation into Friday's bomb threats at several government agencies with no determination of the source yet. Senior Superintendent of Police Stephanie Lindsay, who heads the Constabulary Communication Network, told the news that the probe is proceeding apace to determine the source of the threats, and therefore any attempt to attribute blame at this point would be premature. This follows the claim by JLP General Secretary and the National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, that operatives from the People's National Party were behind the bomb threats in an attempt to disrupt the polls for members of the security forces and election day workers. The People's National Party has denied any involvement in the hoax and denounced the assertion as a distraction. Commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Stuart Beckford, revealed that the offices of the Passport Immigration and the Citizenship Agency was the main target of the hoax. Attempts to reach Dr. Chang were unsuccessful as calls went to voicemail. NIA stresses conflicts of interest concerns. Daniel Archer, Principal Director of Corruption Watchdog National Integrity Action, says concerns raised by People's National Party President Mark Golding about alleged conflict of interest in the oversight of real estate development and the local building regulations are serious and troubling. Mr. Golding, speaking in the leadership debate on Thursday, noted that the relevant portfolios fall under the office of the Prime Minister, while both Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his wife Juliet Holness appear to be involved in the real estate business, an overlap that he said raised a conflict of interest concerns. According to Ms. Archer, this situation highlights the urgent need for a legislative framework to guide politicians on issues relating to conflicts of interest.
As a Prime Minister, yourself and your wife, in this particular issue, she's not just a personal accompaniment, she is also a politician in her own right. And being a politician in her own right and a real estate developer, one does ask, and I have asked that question as well, what's the connection in terms of the developmental issues that have been raised in the Integrity Commission report and that which we have seen. And so those issues point directly to our need to ensure that we have some kind of legislation that guides all politicians as it relates to issues of conflict of interest.
Financial commentator Orville Johnson said that the instances of conflicts of interest raised when considered alongside recent polls showing waning public trust in Jamaica's two main political parties underscore the need for greater transparency in governance.
When one looks at it within the context that the polls have continuously showed that the people do not trust both political parties, not favoring one against each other. I think we need to strengthen that the rules concerning transparency, conflict of interest, the disclosure, and unexplained wealth, all these things need to be fleshed out in a due dispensation going forward.
Older voters reclaim the ballot box, more youth step back. There has been a sizable increase over the last 2 weeks in the number of eligible Jamaicans across the older population who plan to step into a polling booth in the general election on Wednesday, a new survey commissioned by the RJR Gleaner Group has revealed. Conversely, the number of young people expected to participate has inched downwards, the survey found. 67% of respondents between ages 45 and 54 and 64% of respondents between 55 and 64 have now signaled that they plan to vote, a 10 percentage point swing for each age cohort. The poll conducted by Anderson's Market Research Services Limited from August 22 to 26 surveyed individuals aged 18 and older across all Jamaican parishes and has a margin of error of plus or minus 3 percentage points at a 95% confidence level. Both age ranges represent the largest increase across all age groups when compared with the previous poll commissioned by the RGR Gleaner Group, which was conducted between August 2 and 11. 51% of respondents in the 35 to 44 age group and the 61.8% of respondents 65 years old and over said they intended to vote, increases of 2 or 4 percentage points respectively. But it was a different story for younger eligible voters. Nearly 35% of respondents between ages 18 and 24 answered yes, as did 42% of respondents between 25 and 34 years old when asked if they planned to cast a ballot, declines of 4 and 2 percentage points respectively when compared with a poll done in early August. Overall, the latest poll found that 55.5% of voters are likely to head to polling stations to choose whether to give the Andrew Holness-led Jamaica Labour Party a third term in office or to hand the state power to the Mark Golden-led People's National Party. The number of electors likely to cast a ballot has inched up by almost 4 percentage points. It revealed too that 28% of respondents said they had no intention of voting on Wednesday, a decline of almost 1 percentage point when compared with a poll done earlier this month. The number of undecided voters dropped by almost 4 percentage points from 20.5% to 16.2%, the latest poll found. 60% of male respondents answered yes and 25.8% answered no when asked if they planned to vote, while 14% were undecided. Among the undecided voters, the second largest bloc, 17%, blamed it on their lack of confidence in the two main political parties. The major of 30.5% said they have just not decided yet. Some NIS pension payments for August delayed. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security has advised that the payment of National Insurance Scheme benefit arrears for some pensioners have been delayed this month due to unforeseen technical challenges beyond the Ministry's control. The issue affects the payments that should have been made on August 30 to pensioners receiving funds by direct deposit. We understand how important these payments are to you and want to reassure you that our team is working urgently to resolve the issue and have the funds delivered to the remaining pensioners as soon as possible. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and thank you for your patience and understanding, the ministry said. It stated that updates would be provided as progress is made. For further information, pensioners may contact the ministry's parish offices or call 876-922-8000 Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.